So self-improvement, who here in this audience like self-improvement, this topic, like to challenge yourself, keep growing. So, and when it comes to self-improvement, do you normally focus on what you lack or what you already have? Who focus?
What I lack.
Yes.
You normally focus on what you lack.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone in this audience focus on what you have? That's interesting. Recent research found that people believe that they can change their weakness more than their strengths. But another research proved that people that identified their top strengths and used them in new and different ways every day, after a while, after 6 months, improved more. And not only that, they became happier and less depressed. So today, you will learn how to improve yourself, leveraging your strengths. And then regarding your weakness, you can not put aside, but just manage good enough so that it doesn't hinder the achievement of your objectives. So the problem of we always focus on our weakness because we always tend to compare ourselves with others. So this is a kind of thing that, especially for myself, that the younger brother of my family, so it's happened a lot. So those that has older brother may identify yourself with my personal story, that I always tend to compare myself with my older brother. So the difference of age of myself with my older brother was just 1 year, 2 months. But you know, when you are young, especially when you are a kid, 1 year and 2 months makes a lot of difference. So the problem is that comparisons are unavoidable. So he always the one that had the best grades. He always the one that wanted to show off to the members of our family, saying I'm going good at that. So he teased me, making some intellectual questions that I could not answer. And he said, yes, I know about that, you don't know. And situations start to get worse because like we start to grow up and I start to get mad with the situation, you know. It's not possible that he's always the best. I can be better than himself. So we start this kind of competition. And to make even worse, so I wanted to be around his friends that, of course, they were older than myself. So they were smarter, more intelligent, they were more skilled at sports. So I was always frustrated, right? So, and the interesting thing is that until it became adult, like I still hang around with the same group of friends, and competition didn't stop. Maybe in conscious, not in a conscious way, but like I start competing with others, like who had the best car, who had the best job, who joined the best college, these kind of things. So I guess my turning point when I become like 30 or maybe 35 years old, you kind of get more mature, and you can kind of start thinking, well, it's not worth it, right, to make this kind of competition comparison. Each one has his own pace, right? So I have my own pace. And I think that also helped a lot, like a class that I had in MBA that taught me that it was like a people development class that taught about self-improvement. And it was said that for you to improve yourself more efficiently, you had to follow 2 steps. So focus. So first of all, number 1, focus on yourself. Don't compare yourself with any other people. The only person that you should compare is against yourself, your version of yesterday. And then compare yourself with your own version of tomorrow to make sure that you're going to be better than today. give up comparing yourself with others, because others have different pace, different values, and different objectives. Second of all, focus on your strengths. So develop your strengths. And then regarding your weakness, just manage well enough to not hinder the achievement of your objective. So there was some interesting stories in this MBA that proved successful people that achieved success using this technique. And because of that, I think that it coincided to the point that I had this kind of insight that I need to redirect, make a different direction in the way that I'm focused on improving myself. So I started to apply this technique. And things started to really improve in different areas of my life. For example, simple things like sports. So I used to run to try to get myself fit, but I realized that I get out very quickly. So I found out that fitness, gym, works better for myself. In finance, like for example, I started investing my money as a day trader, but I lost a lot of money with that. So I realized that aligned with my strength, that is more discipline, persistence, like in the long run, is much better, and I made much more success financially speaking with the strategy of buy and hold dividend stocks. So that in the long run, I gained a lot of money. And professionally, that I started to be much more successful when I left my company that was based on short-term goals, a small project. So when I changed myself to a company that assessed my performance based on more long-term projects, so I started to do much better. So by the way, I forgot to say that my strength, my weakness is not to be a quick learner and not a multitask person or creative person. But I do have my strength that I recognize that I have discipline and I have persistence and I grow in the long term. So from the moment that I adapt my personal characteristics to all areas of my lifestyle, I not only start to achieve more efficiently my objectives and goals, but start to be happier and much less stressed. So I really recommend that you apply this, make this self-analysis. So again, focus on yourself. Don't compare yourself with any other else, but only yourself. And second of all, develop your strength and forget about your weakness. Manage your weakness just in a level that does not hinder your objectives. Thank you.